The sky projection. Back to the story. The spaceship soon arrived on planet Chia. As expected, Wenka's uncle was very stubborn. Not only did he refuse to let Wenka live on Earth, he also alerted the secret police. Both he and his wife were arrested. Turns out, although the Terry government knew aliens existed, they didn't allow the public to know the truth. Any citizen who had contact with aliens would be arrested. To rescue them, Amy took the children to an underground base on Chia for help. The spaceship rammed into a massive rock at high speed. Pedro was shocked. Before he could recover, he saw a bright blue sky. Had they entered another dimension? No. Amy explained that the ship had passed through layers of rock to reach underground. And the sky they saw? Not real. It was a projection cast onto a man-made dome. If the weather outside the mountain was sunny, the dome showed sunshine too. If it was cloudy, it would show clouds. But it wouldn't rain. After all, it was just a projection. Speaking of projections, there is an unsolved phenomenon on Earth. In fact, the astronauts can't see stars in space. In photos sent from space, apart from the Sun, Moon, and the other 8 planets of the solar system, all other stars vanish. One theory says the solar system is a closed space, with a thick shell at the outermost layer, blocking everything from outside, including light. The stars we see are just projections on Earth's atmosphere. Maybe they're projected from the shell, or perhaps in some other way. It's said that this shell theory was first proposed by Nikola Tesla. No one believed it at first. But when astronauts returned from the 1969 moon landing with pitch-black photo backgrounds, NASA got nervous. Starting in 1972, they launched a series of deep space probes. So far, the farthest probe has exited the solar wind area. Some believe it's now in interstellar space. But it's still about 300 years away from the true gravitational boundary of the solar system, the Oort cloud. So technically, no man-made craft has left the solar system yet. The shell theory remains unconfirmed and unrefuted. Fascinating, right? When the Apollo spacecraft landed on the moon, people were stunned by the photos sent back by the astronauts. Huh? Why is the background of the universe completely black? Where did all the stars go? Because of this, some people once questioned whether the Apollo mission had really landed on the moon at all. However, as more and more countries embarked on space exploration and took photos from space, people realized that the Apollo mission had been wrongly accused. Outer space really is extremely dark. The mysterious atmosphere. So why can we see countless stars from Earth? It's because Earth has an atmosphere, a layer of mixed gases that surrounds the planet. The composition of the atmosphere varies with altitude, and it exhibits different characteristics at different layers. Currently, the atmosphere is generally divided into layers, such as the troposphere, stratosphere, and so on. Airplanes usually fly in the stratosphere because the air there is more stable. Humans have also used the thermosphere for shortwave radio communications, allowing people separated by oceans to communicate with one another. Beyond the exosphere, although there are still traces of gases and basic particles, it's generally considered outer space. The atmosphere is a protective umbrella for humanity. It helps shield us from harmful cosmic radiation, preventing Earth from becoming a barren planet like Mars. This atmosphere functions like a giant lens or distant vision field, capable of reflecting the light emitted from faraway stars. At this point, some curious viewers might ask, but what about the Hubble Space Telescope, floating in space, or the astronauts aboard the International Space Station? Aren't they able to capture star-filled images of the universe? That's because they haven't truly left Earth's atmosphere. The Hubble telescope is about 559 kilometers above Earth, and the International Space Station is about 400 kilometers above ground. Both are still within the exosphere. Once you go beyond the exosphere, apart from the celestial bodies in our solar system, you can't photograph any other stars. Scientists have confirmed that unedited photos sent back from spacecraft outside the exosphere often appear completely black. So here's the big question. Why? Where did all the stars go? Before answering this, let's talk about the Olbers paradox. Olbers paradox. Olbers paradox was proposed by German astronomer Heinrich Wilhelm Olbers in 1823. He wondered, why is the night sky dark? At the time, it was widely believed that the universe we observe is static, infinite, and eternal. Based on this, Olbers reasoned that the night sky should be bright, because mathematically, if there are infinite stars in all directions, then every point in the sky should be filled with the light of a star. There would be no gaps of darkness, and the entire night sky would be glowing. But in reality, outer space isn't bright, it's pitch black. So how could this be explained? Olbers proposed a hypothesis. The universe is not transparent. It contains dark celestial bodies, like non-luminous planets, cosmic dust, and gas clouds. These objects block light from far-off stars, limiting how far light can travel, and preventing it from reaching Earth. Human eyes can only see things when visible light reaches them. So if the light doesn't arrive, we see darkness. Sorry, back to the story. Rescuing Wenka. So what kind of help did Ami seek underground? It turns out they could use a method called electronic transport to teleport people remotely. That's how they rescued Wenka's aunt and uncle. But even after encountering real aliens, her uncle still refused to let her go. Wenka had no choice but to stay. Unexpectedly, the next day, the secret police arrested all three again, locking them in their headquarters, built from lead plates. In front of the lead, electronic transport doesn't work. Ami had to go personally to rescue them. But he didn't go empty-handed. He brought a powerful weapon, a magical metal rod. The light it emitted didn't harm people. Instead, it touched the noblest parts of the human heart, bringing peace, happiness, and a sense of life's beauty, eliminating fear and competition. Ami had always claimed never to choose violence, and he meant it. This special weapon was truly extraordinary. Though Ami entered the lion's den, every officer touched by the rod became polite and obedient. He returned safely with Wenka's family. This time, her uncle finally agreed. Ami arranged for her aunt and uncle to live in a peaceful village where the secret police couldn't find them. He took Wenka back to Earth, and during the journey, used high technology to transform her appearance into that of an Earth girl.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.